But I just feel like there's certain, if you can have such fairness everywhere else, that's the one thing that I feel like is a fair conversation for women right now. Because some of the stuff they arguing or want a position about men, you can't, as a whole, some of the stuff I ain't gonna sit and argue with no lady.
For real, bro.
I ain't gonna do it.
Exactly. That's how I be too, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie, I'm on so much positivity stuff now, like especially dealing with, you know what I'm saying, that tragedy that I dealt with months ago. Like my whole mindset now is like, if you can't be positive, I know everything ain't gonna be like that 24/7, but if you can't come into a situation looking at it from a positive perspective, I ain't even trying to argue with you, and it's a wrap. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't dealing with unnecessary stress. You know what I'm saying? And so,
speaking of mental health, what are you doing nowadays to keep yourself focused, driven on a goal, keeping yourself still humble, still aware of what you need to build and bring to the table?
For sure.
Keeping yourself supported, keeping yourself developing. What you doing? How you staying up with it?
Well, I want to some that may not know or something, because I want to talk, you know what I'm saying, give them a start with what we talking about, basically. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I had a tragic situation that happened to me back in July the 31st, losing my fiance. Very unexpected, probably the worst tragic, well, it is the worst thing that ever happened to me to
I can't imagine, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm still dealing with it now. You know, I tell a lot of people I hide it with a lot of smiles and laughter and whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's still in. Because we was together 15 years. My best friend, the reason that I'm doing a podcast now.
Yeah.
So, you know, she was my other half. Person that stayed on me, like, I wasn't gonna do this. Like, she was like, "What you doing? Like, you wasting your talents." You know, I told this story on More Than a Masters, but I want to let your fans know as well. She was like, "What you doing, man? Like, you know, every day you letting it," because I was on sports though. Like, she was like, I'm like, what I'm gonna do? Like, I can't just go to First Take or ESPN.
I remember the post.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was on your ass about it.
She was on me, so, you know, that was like just basically a lot of manifesting and stuff like that. And so, you know, one day she just bought me a tripod and bought me a backdrop and a few other things that I needed, you know, and we just went from day one, bro. And now, you know, sometimes, you know, with kind of whatever success that is coming for it, because I was always told to enjoy the ride up to wherever it's going. So now I kind of have survivor's remorse, because she was the person that I wanted to, these are dreams that we had together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, basically, you asked me how I deal with it. So now I done got closer to God, bro, and just trying to understand what's going on and find my reasoning and my purpose, because she was big on that spirituality and stuff. So I know she's at peace right now, and just trying to get more in tune with the spirit and not get so used to the body, and get my whole mindset different, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I just been busy, head down, tunnel vision. Just trying to reach out to people and be humble and genuine, because, you know, that's what she was.
Yeah.
And so I want to carry on that legacy and what our dreams is, and just keep this podcast going, man.
Provide that image still that she saw.
Yeah. So
that's what's up, man.
For sure, bro.
Now, how does it feel still chasing the dream alone? And I say this trying to be humble. My wife left yesterday. I've had the house to myself. My brain is like, I got to do something. There's nobody here to talk to. I can only do so much work. So it's not relative, but it is relative. How do you keep yourself, how do you keep the busyness going to not fold into the depression? How do you not, you know, fall apart? I know that you got support and you say you find them, but I'm curious as a man, how are you keeping yourself from going into a flunk that you know you don't need right now, and you know will ultimately be not necessarily a downfall, but it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you?
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah, how you keep yourself out of that state mentally?
Man, to be honest, there's no explanation for it. Like, I can't even describe it. So the only thing I can say is God. Like, so just my mind is constantly running. Like, I'm constantly trying to come up with ideas, man, because I don't want to get into that mindset of just landing and the memories just coming in, and you know, just thinking about her 24/7.
Yeah.
Even though that's coming regardless. So my mind just always constantly just trying to figure out. My bad, bro.
You good?
You know what I'm saying? So just constantly trying to figure out and brainstorm different ideas and things like that, and stay busy. And my kids too, like, they're the number one factor in keeping me going. Cause we had 2 kids together, and so they lost a mom too. So, you know, I never been the type to be selfish, and so I always try to put them first and see how they feel at the same time. And I don't know, bro. Like I feel her every day. Like I know it might sound weird, but I see signs that she's still here, and I guess it was just a connection that we had, and I don't know, bro. I don't have an explanation of how I'm keep going and stuff like that. I just try to stay busy and find different tasks to attack.
I just see the consistency of positivity you keep putting out. So I'm just curious if, from that angle. I don't know if I could hold myself together that long.
Man,
It's you're doing a fantastic job in my
Appreciate it,
mind,
bro.
from my perspective.
appreciate it, bro.
Obviously, it's difficult tackling a parent and on your own and doing all that you're doing in itself. Podcaster to podcaster, what is it like dealing with some of the stresses along with everything else of podcasting? Because podcasting itself is a stressful thing at times.
Yeah.
Requests and ideas that don't never fall through and so forth and so forth. How is it stressfully managing all that?
You talking about like just life and managing a podcast?
Well, we already talked about the life, but the podcast itself
podcast in
is still
general.
it still has its own stresses
exactly.
and how that is all-
Separately. It does get stressful at times, but like I said, I love it so much, bro, that the only thing stressful about it is the business part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But doing the podcast in general and preparing for it is easy because again, I feel like I was born to do this, and I know you feel probably the same way, bro. It's something that like it's starting to come easy now.
Yeah, it's easier.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's just the business part of it that probably be more stressful with it. Mainly with people just basically, I understand like as you get building a business, you have to basically let people, how I want to word it, basically let them know that your platform is worth either supporting monetization wise.
Yeah, see the vision.
Yeah, see that vision because at the end of the day, we still got to like build.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So seeing just that part of it, because I'm not big on money. Like I never did this for money or none of that.
Yeah, same.
But at the end of the day, that's when anything somebody start, like as success come, you got to start thinking family wise and things like that.
And time worthwhile.
Time
what
worth
I'm
wise, what you put into
Yep.
it. So just getting your worth. So basically, just dealing with the ins and outs of that, the business part of it.
And you're doing a lot of networking with different establishments, artists. You're networking in different scales than most podcasts are around here. I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some high people on certain platforms, but I think you're consistently working with so many different networks, so many different people. I would assume it has to be hard to manage.
Yeah, it is, man.
And you're going all over. You're going everywhere too with it. You ain't just in one spot neither.
For sure. And it's really got tougher when my girl passed.
Yeah.
Because she was like my manager, everything, my camera person, like my secretary, everything. So now I'm dolo. Because it's hard for me to trust everybody. Like I don't want to put everybody in my business, like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to build with certain individuals.
Now, are you going to do, or do you have any sort of like, what's it called? Do you have any sort of memorial thing you're going to do moving forward for your?
Yeah,
You
I got a few ideas, man. I want to do for her. I'm definitely gonna dedicate the whole basketball thing in her name, as far as like giving back, could be scholarships or anything. It's a few things I want to honor her with that I got coming up. So yeah, I'm building something that I just been. It's been an idea, but as far as when it come together more and more, I start to put it out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely gonna like everything.
Is there any particular thing that you miss the most? One thing